Hey writers, welcome back to my channel where I am planning my novel for the first time and I'm working my way through Preptober. And now one of the things I absolutely had to do on my 5 things according to StoryGrid that I need to do. So again, those are write a log line and a jacket cover and create characters and my genre, my plot, my setting, and my foolscap. Now, I showed you in my last video that I am working on my foolscap and I'm coming along with that quite well, but I promised you that I would show you how I worked at my characters. Now, remember, I went to Abby's videos and I worked out my characters using her questionnaire. The video of that is up here. But then I went back to StoryGrid because I thought StoryGrid didn't work on characters at all and didn't look at it at all. However, turns out they do. And they have a list of questions, they have a list of questionnaires for them. I'll put that link down below so you can go with it. So I turned that into a Excel spreadsheet because I am suddenly so in love with Excel spreadsheets. But I've tweaked their version a little bit. I had to add these 3 key character points: want, fear, and misbelief. StoryGrid had a version of want and a version of misbelief. They called that the harmful idea, but I added that fear in there as well. So if you have a look here, I've got my hero, my villain, because I'm writing a thriller, I should say. Because I'm writing a thriller, there's a certain cast of characters that I need to have. I need to have a hero, I need to have a villain, I need to have a mentor, a love interest, the world needs to change because of the story. That's key. I need a colleague, and I need a victim or victims. So I've chosen 3 victims and by name, and so I have a list of 9 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including the world. I have 9 characters, and I don't know who said it, but I read somewhere, it might have been Sean, said that 9 is kind of like, you don't want more than 9 characters, so I limited myself to 9. And this is something I've realized that I like to make characters, and I think the reason is because I really like to watch long form television. So, and I really enjoy really good storytelling in television. I don't know if you find that, but since the development of Netflix, I've just really loved it. And I tend to like long form television where even the people that come on the scene for 2 minutes, that they have rich backstories and they have rich storytelling involved with them. So, you know, there's no the guard or woman on train. I don't like that. I want, like, that's Kathy, and Kathy is on her way home, and when the train blows up, we're sad for Kathy, even though she had like 2 lines or something. That's the kind of television I like. And that isn't going to work. Because if I name every single person that walks into a story, if the petrol attendant and the barista and the person walking down the street all having like incredibly rich backstories, my reader is going to be completely overwhelmed. Doesn't work in novels, and this is painful because I don't want there to only be 9 characters. I feel like that is not the way I want to write, but I'm going to do it because I don't want to overwhelm my reader. This is not about me. It's about you guys. So 9 characters. Everybody else is cop 1, police officer 1, barista, waitress 1, basketball player 1. I am not giving them rich backstories. Well, I might, and just not tell my reader. Anyway, so this is it. So first, my hero, Renee. I've given her a name. Her want is to be popular because she doesn't like herself. Her need is to accept herself and the love of a small few people. Her fear is being worthless and unloved and lost and undervalued. Her origin backstory is to fake it until you make it, and it's a proven method of success for her. So she has learned that image is everything, and she portrays herself in a way that she thinks people will like her. Her harmful ideal is that bad press can harm people liking her, and she has she makes a fear-based choice to create her own bad press, so to attack others. And the consequences, she can lose herself to be popular, and then lose her life and lose the lives of others, which cause her damnation. In the story sense of the world, not the Christian sense of the world, you know, she becomes a bad person. Hook, she's willing to make a deal with the devil, which is my villain Rory, to be loved. And that's what she does. And her secret is Rory. Rory is her secret. Because, spoilers, Rory is Renee. So Rory, my villain, which is also Renee, his want is to be real. He wants to take over. He's the id that wants to take over. His need is to be heard. So he's a part of her that she has denied because it's unattractive. It's her anger and her id and her the part of her that's real and and angry and frustrated with her life and feels unloved and feels loss and separation, and she suppressed it so much that it comes out. Fear, loss, and separation. Backstory is invented by Renee. His harmful idea is that if he takes over Renee, he will be heard. The consequences are he could just be erased. He could not exist anymore. And he's willing to kill himself and Renee in order to win. And his secret is that he's not real. I'm not going to take you through all the characters. If you want to see this, I'll pop it up into Patreon and you can see it there. But this is basically how I did it, and I feel like this has really helped me flesh out the characters. In fact, recently, after rewriting a scene writing a scene into my story grid, I rewrote an entire character's arc because I realized that I needed him to be something other than he was, and that his stakes were going to need to be raised, and his secret needed to be raised, and his hook needed to be raised, and I raised all those things, and I just kicked him up a notch. And I'm really proud of it and really excited. This is really working for me. So like I said, this is based on what I've learned from Abby and Story Grid, but it's actually my own creation.